can't watch live if you're too busy. But I wanted to talk tonight about the different styles of yoga and this idea of maybe finding a favorite, maybe experimenting a little bit to try different kinds, and then also really listening to what your body needs and taking that into consideration and really finding a practice that's going to meet you where you are. So there are many styles of yoga. I most commonly teach vinyasa, which pairs movement and breath and is often what I tell people kind of the yoga they probably expect to find if they think about yoga classes. On Mondays, before I come and do this with you guys, I lead Yoga Sculpt, which is a completely different style of yoga. Yoga is the foundation of the sculpt class, but then we add weights and there's upbeat music, and it's a blend of strength and cardio and yoga. And it's a different beast than the vinyasa class. I also lead restorative classes, which are also very different. They use a lot of props, and we use the props to find really comfortable, gentle stretches that we can breathe into and gently open the body and stretch and turn inward and be really mindful. And there's additionally yin yoga is a style that I sometimes lead with more active stretching that you're working, but you're holding stretches for quite a while to really lengthen your and stretch out your fascia around the muscles. So there's these different styles of yoga. And so first, if you haven't tried some of the other styles, I really recommend that you do that, even if you have a favorite. Usually we all have that type that we like the best, and that if we can make that class, that's the one we want to go to. And that's fabulous. Building a routine around a class that you really want to attend and can make the most of is wonderful. I in no way want to say anything that sounds like I'm not supportive of that, but when a class works out that you can go and try and you can get a sense of what that style is like, that can be really useful because some days my sculpt crew, they are steadfast and dedicated, and we have a great time. I think they come back for my jokes. Um, but we have a great time, and it's a wonderful workout, and we get really sweaty. But there's going to be times when you're not feeling up to that, or even mentally, maybe physically, you're like, oh, I could go do that, but I'm just not there mentally. It's just not a fit. And if you have some experience with some of the other um, styles of yoga, then you might know, like, I normally do sculpt, but today I just really need something else. And you might know what that is because you've tried a restorative class or you've tried another style, vinyasa, or maybe you are like, I really like vinyasa, but I just feel like I need something else to kind of kickstart me. I need a little boost. So maybe sculpt would be a good match. So trying out these different kinds can be really useful so that you might be able to decide what would be best on any given day. And there are, of course, a ton of videos out there on YouTube. Make sure you know what you're getting into. Ideally, it's a class or it's somebody that you trust and know that their classes are within your range, or you know that they're going to lead you safely. Um, but additionally, always remember that the tenet of yoga stays the same, no matter what style of yoga you're practicing. You need to listen to your body and know that if it needs to rest or it needs something else, that you listen to that. And additionally, if you're used to yoga sculpt or power yoga or that more kind of intense yoga, sometimes people can feel like it's a step back if they take a break from doing that. It's like, well, I used to do this all the time and I was always doing this, and now I've just been doing restorative for a while. And they see that potentially as a negative. And that's not a negative at all. Really being able to find a practice that meets you each day where you are is exactly the point. And you can get just as much benefit from a restorative class as from a sculpt class. It's going to be maybe very different what that benefit looks like or feels like, but the benefit can be tremendous no matter what. So I always want to talk about that too, that needing something else for a given time is never a negative sign that you're going backwards or you're getting weaker, or whatever those mental reels we play in our head say about us. Right, that it's really part of the process, and that yoga is meant to be a practice that's always evolving, and that you're finding what it is you need on any given moment. So there's lots of styles out there. Experiment, try different classes, see what you think. Bring that rule with you, that you stay within what feels okay, you rest when you need to, and find someone that you trust to try different classes out with. And I'll also pop in the comments the link to my new membership, because in there's going to be a library of flows that if you like my style of yoga and you want to try these different styles with me, because you know what those classes are going to be like, I will have all these different varieties showing up in the membership in that growing library of classes that's going to get bigger every month. So feel free to check that out and join us. It's just getting started, so it's only going to get bigger from here. Every month, more and more classes will show up, and you can pick whatever you need for any given day. So get out there, try some different yoga safely, and I look forward to the next time that I see you on the mat. Have a great night. I'll see you next week.